Hello everyone, and welcome to our second online grammar class. I hope you had a great week, and today we are going to continue. Remember to take notes, and we will have an interactive video where we'll stop occasionally and ask you some questions. Okay? We're going to continue to ask questions. Oh no, my head's in the way. Let's ask questions 2. So this is the second questions, and we are going to review the yes/no questions, and then we're going to do WH questions. It's going to be great. Okay, let's get started. We already talked about this. Conversations are all about questions and answers. So learning more about how to be very accurate when you're asking questions will just help you have better conversations. Okay? So we've said there are 2 kinds of questions in English. There are yes/no questions and WH questions, or information questions. Actually, those WH questions are really the best ones for keeping a conversation going. Okay. Yes/no questions. Are you a student? Yes, I am. Today we're going to talk about information questions. What are you studying? I'm studying grammar. Okay? It's going to be great. Let's get started. Are you comfortable? Okay, you're going to listen and write a lot. Practice a lot. Okay, first for yes/no question review. Right, you're going to practice writing yes/no questions just like you did last week. I'm sure if you do it again, you'll be great at this. You will see a list of answers, and you have to write the questions. Okay? Go. Right, let's check your answers. Remember that yes/no questions have a rising intonation. So, do you have a sister? Repeat after me with that rising intonation. Can you write kanji? Have you been to Japan? Did you used to live in Kumamoto? Notice with that used to, in the answer, I used to live. See the D there tells you it's the past tense? But in the question, that past tense moves here to the auxiliary verb, and it doesn't go here. Okay? Repeat. Are you married? Do you have any kids? Do you like Japanese food? I don't just like Japanese food. I love Japanese food. Right. Remember, for yes/no questions, you just flip the auxiliary and the subject. Okay? Just flip. Right. Now, for WH questions, they're a little bit different. First, what are those information question words that start with WH? I'm sure you know these, but take a little moment. I'm going to pause. Take a moment and see if you can think of 6 of them. Just think. Okay, here's some. Who, what, how, why, whose, where, which, when. Okay, the WH words. Right. Who, what, when, where, why. They tell you who is for a person. Who are you? What is for a thing? What is that? Time. When will we meet? Place. Where are you from? Reason. Why are you studying English? Also, whose and which. Whose is for a possession. Which is for a choice. If you have 1 or 2 or 3, which one do you like? How. Now, how is also a WH question, and there are lots and lots and lots of hows. How tells you the manner. How did you do that? But also, how with an adjective, how tall are you? How with an adverb, How often? How often tells you the frequency. How far is the distance? How long is the length or duration? And how many or how much tells you the quantity. Okay? Ooh, but there's one more how one that I want you to learn because it will make you sound really natural in English. That's how come. How come is another way of saying why. It's informal, but be careful. It has a different question form than why. We'll talk about that later. But how come is a really natural way to say why. So practice with me. How come? Okay, so let's continue. I want you to match the question words. So the question words will appear and you have to match them with the correct word. For example, here we have Mukagawa students. Which one is the question word where the answer is Mukagawa students? Okay, probably you know. It's who. Right, take a minute and you can practice these question words. Let's check the answers. Mukagawa students, who? A chocolate bar, can you remember? What? In Spokane? Where? This week? When? Because I'm tired. Why? Very beautifully. Ooh, this one might have been a hard one. How? Since she was very young. How long? Let's try again. Match the question words with the answers. Let's check your answers. Right, Yuko. Notice the apostrophe S? That tells you it's possession. 300 miles. How far? 3. Can you remember the answer you said? How many? 2 hours? Ooh, could be how many, right? But it also has to be how long. Tokyo Disneyland? Where? Every Saturday? How often? A lot. How much? Because it's fun. How come? Nice. Now, let's talk about pronunciation. Do you remember the pronunciation of yes-no questions? Yes-no questions, such as, are you a student? You remember, these have a rising intonation. Are you a student? Goes up at the end. However, for information questions, it has a falling intonation, like this. What are you studying? What are you studying? It goes down at the end, okay? As we go along, try to practice that falling intonation for the WH questions and the rising intonation for the yes-no questions. Now, I would like to introduce you to someone. This is Bob. Everybody say, hi, Bob. That's Bob. Now, guess what? Bob likes to dance. Can you tell me the yes-no question for this sentence? Bob likes to dance. What's the yes-no question? Let's check. There's Bob. Does Bob like to dance? Good job. What's the short answer? Yes, he does. Good job. Now, oh, Bob is leaving. What's the yes-no question and what is the short answer? Good. Is Bob leaving? Yes, he is. Oh, no. But where is he going? WH questions. To make an information question, all you do is you have the yes-no question. That's the auxiliary plus the subject. Remember, the auxiliary and the subject kind of flip. Good. Is Bob going? And then, after you have the yes-no question, you will just add the WH to the beginning of the yes-no question. Ding! Like that. So, just add WH to a yes-no question. The auxiliary and the subject flip, yes-no at the beginning. There we go. Remember we talked about how come? How come is different. But okay, let's go. Right, so what's the information question? He's going to Hawaii. First, what is the yes-no question? That's right. Is he going? Now, add the WH to the beginning. What is the WH question here? Where is he going? That's it. Good job. Remember to practice that falling pitch with WH questions. So, where is he going? Notice that you go up on the WH questions. Where is he going? Okay. Where is he going? Good. Answer? He's going to Hawaii. That lucky guy. But wait, here we are in English. How do you make WH questions in Japanese? I want you to think about that just for a minute. Maybe even pause. Think about it. How do you make them in Japanese? Here's what I found out on the internet, so maybe it's right and maybe it's wrong. I don't know. For what we call the WH questions in English, you simply substitute the question words. So, what did you eat? Nani o tabemashita ka? Oh, my Japanese is terrible. I'm sorry. But there, you've just added that question word at the beginning of the yes-no question. It's a little bit the same in English, right? Okay, I know you are the expert for Japanese. I just want you to take a minute to think about the differences, and maybe that will help you. Okay, let's continue. What's the information question? He's going next week. Let's check your answer. When is he going? Good job. Remember? When is he going? Okay? When is he going? He's going to get married. Ooh. Why is he going to Hawaii? Or why is he going? Okay? Why is he going to Hawaii? Right. He's going for 2 weeks. How long is he going for? Notice the preposition is here and there. Preposition. Good. Okay. How long is he going for? Down at the end. He's going with his fiancée. Oh, look, there's my heart. What's the question? There we go. Who is he going with? Nice. Or, with whom is he going? That's for very, very snooty people. We don't usually hear that anymore. Only from the Queen. The Queen and maybe Prince Charles. Who is he going with? Okay, remember we talked about how come? How come is weird, but very, very common, so it's good to know. Remember, it means why. It's used informally, okay? If you meet the president or the queen, don't say how come to them, but do say this to all your friends. It has a different question form than why. Remember, Bob is getting married? Have a look. Here is this auxiliary, and there's the subject, Bob, and the main verb. Now, in order to make a yes-no question, you just flip those, right? So, why? we're going to flip the subject and the auxiliary. Why is Bob getting married? You know that. That is the flip and then add WH to the beginning, right? Now, how come is different. With how come, we don't flip. Okay, so we said Bob is getting married. How come Bob is getting married? You don't flip. Bob is getting married. How come Bob is getting married? It's kind of easier, right? Okay, let's practice some more. You will see this group of kids. BTS kids. Do you like them? My niece loves BTS. She told me they're very popular. So here are the BTS kids, and you are going to write questions, okay? Remember, when you're writing them, if you have a yes-no question, have a rising pitch. I want you to say it out loud. WH question, falling pitch. Now, please practice. Okay, let's check your answers. Here we go. Answer, they are BTS guys. What's the question? Can you remember? Are they BTS guys? Good. Rising. Where do they come from? Or where are they from? Both of those is okay. Okay. They sing pop songs. What do they do? Actually, I suppose, what do they sing is also okay. There are 7 members of BTS. Question? How many members are there? Good. My favorite is Jungkook. Which is your favorite? That's my question for you. Which is your favorite? Okay. Right. Whew. You must be tired. Are you tired? I don't know. That was pretty good. But anyway, I want you to pause this video and go and relax for 10 minutes. Here are some ideas for you. Remember, you're going to go outside, you're going to make a cup of tea, or you're going to do 10 jumping jacks. Can you remember what jumping jacks are? There they are. That will wake you up. I just want you to go and rest your eyes away from a screen for a minute and let your brain relax and then come back. But really, you have to pause this video. Pause, 10 minutes. Shoo. Do you know that expression? Shoo. Shoo means go away, okay? Go away for 10 minutes. Okay, hi, you're back. Did you take a break? I hope so. Now, I want to get started again, so I want you to be all Genki. How do you say Genki in English? I want you to be all energetic. Here we go. Right, let's ask questions. But first, I'm going to take a deep breath. Good. Ooh, is that too loud? In your ear? Sorry. Okay. Now, let's continue with online grammar. Yay! Jungkook has a dog. Oh, isn't he cute? Now, notice, dog is the object, right? So, Jungkook is the subject. To ask questions about the object, Jungkook has a dog. Ask about the dog. You would say, what does Jungkook have? Great. You flip the subject and the auxiliary. You add WH at the beginning. Yay. Okay? What does Jungkook have? Nice. What's the short answer? Good. A dog. Now, object questions are easy. Actually, we say easy peasy. Okay, repeat after me. Easy peasy. I don't know why. It's just something we say. Object questions are easy peasy because you flip, add WH, done. Right? Piece of cake. Easy peasy. Now, if you're going to ask about the subject, it's a little trickier. To ask a question about the subject, Jungkook has a dog, you would say, who has a dog? Right? So you have Jungkook and you just replace it with who, but nothing else changes. Okay? Like this. Watch my little video. Here we go. Jungkook leaves. Who shows up? Okay? So you're just replacing Jungkook with who. Now, that is if you're asking a question about the subject. Oh yeah, who has a dog? What is the short answer? Short answer, Jungkook does. Right. Do you know this animal? It's called an otter. Repeat after me. Otter. Otter. Right. Look at these people. Do you see how cute they are? Oh my gosh. They have otters. And now we're still working with subject questions, right? They have otters. So we have the subject and the object. And notice they is plural, so they have otters with an S, right? Now, here's a tricky bit. The verb is usually singular after who questions about the subject. So, who has otters? Notice we're talking about something plural here, but we're more concerned with who. Who is usually with a singular verb, right? Who has otters. Not always, but usually. Okay. So, notice that they have otters. We just have who replaces the they, and the verb changes to a singular verb. Let's practice. Right. You're going to see some statements, and they are all about the subject, and you have to write questions about those subjects. Be careful about the verbs. Okay? Have fun. Right. Now, let's check your answers. Sushi tastes good. Can you remember what the question was? What tastes good? My sister and my mother are good cooks. Think about it. What was the question? Who is a good cook? Remember, when you use who for a subject question, usually the verb is singular, and we changed this plural cooks because who is good cooks? It's not wrong, but it's a little weird. Okay? So, who is a good cook is better. Right. My host parents will be arriving soon. What was the question? Let's see. Did you have who will be arriving soon? Good. My friends love to dance. Who loves to dance? Remember, it becomes a singular verb. Good job. My friends love to dance. Whose friends love to dance? Okay, notice this one, who, becomes a singular verb, but whose does not become a singular verb. Okay, and finally, his bike was stolen. What was stolen? Good. Okay, moving on. Right, just to remind you, remember that who replaces the subject, and the verb usually changes to a singular verb, but with whose, it doesn't change. Okay? Nice. Now, let's have a little more question practice. Here we are. Do you know who this woman is? Very famous new Vice President of the United States. And there's the President, Joe Biden. Now, please write the questions. Let's check your answers. What's her name? Her name is Kamala Harris. Can you say that? Kamala. Kamala. Okay? What does she do? Or what's her job? Both are okay. Actually, what does she do is more common. Okay? She's the Vice President of the U.S. Where does she come from? Or where is she from? She comes from California. Who is the president? Joe Biden is. Or Joe Biden is president. Notice this one is a subject question. Okay? She's 56 years old. How old is she? 56. That's a very good age. Okay. Right, now we're going to have some listening practice. You're going to listen to an audio and you will hear a question asked. You have to choose the correct answer. For example, you'll see 4 answers like this. He lives in the White House. He was vice president. He's from Delaware. He's the president. You will hear a question. You won't see it. You will just hear it. Like this. Where is Joe Biden from? You should choose the best answer. In this case, the best answer is C. He's from Delaware. But wait, where is Delaware? You want to know where Delaware is? Well, Delaware is on the East Coast. Where's Delaware? There. Way over there. And then down here you'll see New York. New York is right there. Where's Washington? Da 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 ding. Washington's way over there. Okay, anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, listening practice. Let's do some listening practice. Right, first, you're going to pause this video, go to Google Classrooms, and click on the WH question listening. Then you're going to come back here and unpause this video, so you'll have 2 things open at one time. Are you ready? Let's go.
1. Where's Joe Biden from? 2. What does Joe Biden do? 3. Where does he live? 4. What did Joe Biden do before? 5. Who's the vice president now? 6. What did she do before? 7. Does she have any children? 8. Her mom is from India. Is she a lawyer too? 9. Where's the White House?
Let's check your answers. Okay, here we go. Where is Joe Biden from? Can you remember what the answer was? Yes, he's from Delaware. Good. What does Joe Biden do? He's the president. That's right. Where does he live? He lives in the White House now. What did Joe Biden do before? He was vice president. Who is the vice president now? Kamala Harris is. Good. What did she do before? She was a lawyer and a senator. Right. Does she have any children? Yes, she has 2 stepchildren. Her mom is from India. Is she a lawyer too? No, her mom is a cancer researcher. Where is the White House? It's in Washington, D.C. Nice job. Now, a little error correction. Okay, you know how to do this. You're going to see 2 sentences. One is right and one is wrong. You just have to choose the correct sentence. So, she says, I have a dog. What's the WH question? You have to choose the correct question. In this case, the correct question is B. What kind of pet do you have? Right. Here are the sentences. And here are 3 more. Good. Now, let's check your answers. What's the correct question? What does she love? Good job. They are excited to have a baby. What's the correct one? B. How come they're excited? Notice, how come plus they are excited. Right, I've got a headache. A or B? A. How are you feeling? Nice. I can't hear you. What's the correct question? What's wrong? Good job. Your homework is due tomorrow. A or B? B. When is our homework due? And I'd like to go to Seattle. A or B? Which city would you like to go to? Nice. Okay. Now, you're going to practice. Make questions. You will see a series of answers. Take your time. What is the correct question? Okay, for example, I saw a deer. You will write, what did you see? Good. It's good to practice a lot. Are you ready? Please practice. Now, let's check your answers. I saw a deer. What did you see? I saw Jungkook. Who did you see? Something happened. What happened? Notice this one is a subject question, so we just replace the subject with the WH word. Nice. Here's another one. Jimin came. Who came? This hat is mine. Which hat is yours? They can run very fast. Who can run very fast? They can run very fast. How fast can they run? I love BTS. Who do you love? Or what do you love? If you're thinking BTS is a group of people, you use who. If you're thinking BTS is a group, like a thing, you use what. Okay? I love BTS. Who loves BTS? Notice, I love no S, but who is singular, so there's the S at the end. Nice. Asking questions is good for you. So, what is good for your English? Nice job. Whew. Okay, remember we said there are 2 kinds of questions in English, and this is how you keep a conversation going. WH questions are the best for keeping a conversation going. Conversations include these statements like, my dog died. I won the lottery. My sister had a baby. I have homework to do. And then it's followed by a rejoinder. I say something and you have a rejoinder. For example, my dog died. You would say, oh, that's too bad. And then, to keep the conversation going, you are going to add a follow-up question. And these follow-up questions are usually WH questions, like, what happened? I won the lottery. Terrific! How much did you win? My sister had a baby. You're kidding! Was it a boy or a girl? I have homework to do. Oh, that's nice. Which subject? If you do that, if you add all of these WH questions, you will have great conversations. Now, we want to help you practice these conversations. Let's do a backwards interview. Backwards interview is like this. Before you begin, you're going to write 5 true and interesting or surprising statements about yourself. For example, I play the cello, or I live by myself. For example, write 5 true sentences about yourself. And then you're going to meet with partners and you're going to say one of your true statements. For example, I live by myself. Now, the other people should give a rejoinder, oh really? And then they should ask WH questions. For example, where do you live? What's the best thing about living alone? You make a statement, they will say a rejoinder, and ask a WH question. After you finish, then it's the next person's turn. They will say a statement, and the other people have a rejoinder and ask a question. Here's an example.
Hello, grammar students. Today you are joined by some of your grammar teachers. We are all teaching grammar this semester and are excited to work with you. My name is Maggie.
And I'm Sarah.
And I'm Peiju.
Hi, I'm Teresa.
And today we're going to do an example of an activity you will do to practice grammar in speaking using your grammar in action. So this is a follow-up question activity. All right, so who wants to start? I can go. I lived in Costa Rica.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
When did you live in Costa Rica?
I lived in Costa Rica in 2014.
For how long did you live there?
I was there for 1 year.
What were you doing there?
I was learning how to be an English teacher, and I taught English at a school.
So cool.
Yeah, so do you speak Spanish, Maggie?
I did speak Spanish. I don't practice that much now, so I know a lot of vocabulary, but I need an activity like this to practice my grammar in Spanish.
How fun.
Yeah.
Very fun.
All right, Peiju.
Okay. I have traveled to more than 20 countries.
Wow. Ooh, which was your favorite place to go?
My favorite place to go was my last place that I visited. That was on my bucket list. We went to Egypt.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
What did you do in Egypt? What was one thing that you did in Egypt?
I've always dreamt of seeing the pyramids, the Great Pyramids, and we did that. Another scary thing was riding on a camel. Oh, that was the worst thing in my life.
Oh, really?
which country was the most different or unique for you?
Which country? I would say, so I've been to France, and it was very different because you actually have to pay for water over there. And wine is like their specialty. There are more wine offered than water. And French people, they don't speak English to you. So it was very difficult communicating in that country.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, thank you, grammar teachers. This is a great example of the activity you will do. We look forward to hearing interesting facts about you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Let me tell you your homework. It's a backwards interview. So you're going to write these statements about yourself, then find your partners on Google Classroom, meet on Zoom, record your meeting, And one person will begin with a statement, and the others will say a rejoinder that you learned in conversation class and ask a WH question. Watch your recording and notice if you are getting your WH questions correct. And if you need more practice, I will help you. Then it's the next person's turn, and title your recording and upload the recording on Google Classroom. If you want to, you can watch your recording again, or you can watch other students. That way you will be helping each other to get better at English. Whew, and then you're done. Wait, no, one more thing. You know there are Kahoot quizzes to help you practice, right? Please do that Kahoot quiz every week. Now, if you have any questions or any problems, please contact your lovely grammar teacher online or send an email to your teacher through Google Classrooms.